Hello, everybody. My name is Moshumi, and welcome to another episode of my life, Lunch with a Dietitian. For those of you who are out and is my passion, absolutely love it. And today's topic is a topic close to my heart. And I did pick this topic also because I got multiple messages on this topic to talk about this and to give my take, express what I think about this too. So here we go. Today's topic for this afternoon, as we all have lunch, is intermittent fasting. Is it good for you? Is it not good for you? What we should do, we will discuss in this session. So again, I'm super excited for this topic. In the comment section, just if you have any questions, put it on there. I am happy to answer that once we are done with the session, or any other topics that you guys want me to discuss. Please put it in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and talk about it in one of my other sessions. Anyways, so getting to the topic of intermittent fasting. Um, Problems. I even saw that intermittent fasting helps with reversing or slowing down the aging process. So this is what I found out. What we will discuss today is more about science-based facts and what I found out in my research. So let's talk about the different kinds of intermittent fasting, right? The one kind of intermittent fasting is the alternate day fasting. So this is one where you eat normally, like you would do on one day, and then the next day you're basically fasting. So you're alternating between one day of eating normally and then one day of fasting. So again, and I did my research since, like I said, I specialize in weight loss, especially for women. What was found out is research shows that there was weight loss when a group of people did it, but it is very similar to somebody being on a calorie restricted diet. So there is nothing different from when you are on a calorie restricted diet to fasting the alternate days. The next one is called modified fasting. What is modified fasting? Modified fasting means you eat very little, less than like 500 calories or less than 20 to 25% of your caloric needs on the days that you're fasting. A lot of people tend to do a 5:2 with this modified fasting. So what they do basically is they eat like they would do regularly, the 5 days, and then the 2 days they go on severely restricted diet, which is, like I said, 500 calories or less, or eating like about 20 to 25% of what your caloric requirements are. So these are the two, and the results or the research that we found, that was found, that's out there about your modified fasting is it is number one, there is not enough research to show that this is like a safe and healthy way for weight loss. So what happened, guys, is that with intermittent fasting, there is, the research pool that you see when you Google, like I said, you probably see all these results. But keep in mind, the research was based on a small group of people. It was for a short period of time. So it is not based on like long term, and some of them are just animal studies. So think about these factors before you get started on intermittent fasting. I am going to talk now about the most popular kind of intermittent fasting. Like I said, we talked about the modified fasting, then there's the alternate day fasting, and then the one that is quite popular actually is the one that I call that restricts the time that you are fasting, and then it gives you a time when you are eating. So what is that? That is that is called the 16:8 or 14:10 fasting. So what is that fasting? So basically you eat in a window of say 8 hours, and then you fast for 16 hours, or you eat 10 hours and then you fast 14 hours. So that is another way you could do your intermittent fasting, and that actually is like the most popular one of intermittent fasting. You see that very very often among lots of people. So now we come to the question that I very often get asked. Is intermittent fasting right for everybody? Should everybody do it? So this is my take on it. Number one, if you have or if you have a history, or if you still are struggling with any kind of eating disorder, I possibly would not do it. If you are somebody, if you're elderly, if you have if you have weight loss already, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, then you don't want to do it. If you have if you're on insulin, things like that, my recommendation would be see a dietitian or talk to a physician before you start anything like intermittent fasting. So when I do intermittent fasting, and when I recommend intermittent fasting to my clients, I am tailor making their diets depending on what's going to work for them. So there is not one size fits all. So we have to be careful when we go on intermittent fasting, because again, there are different reasons why I would not go. For example, even with adolescents, I don't recommend it. If you're pregnant, if you're nursing, you don't want to go on it. Women, especially, like I said, my niche is weight loss, and I work with most like 90% of my clients, guys, are women. So with women, I'm especially very careful with intermittent fasting, because our bodies are especially sensitive to external stresses, and with quite a few women, prolonged fasting can cause hormonal imbalance. So we really need to be careful when we are fasting for prolonged time. So again, talk to your dietitian, talk to your physician before you start on intermittent fasting. Also, in fact, I was going to suggest with my clients, the way we start is I start with 12:12, which means you eat for 12 hours and then you fast for 12 hours, right? So if you notice that is working, then maybe you can extend it. If you notice, however, that you are feeling shaky, you're irritable, if you feel like you're getting more obsessed with food, it's not working, then I would not go with this mode for, say, weight loss or trying to reach your weight goals. If it's working, go with it. So I will tell you, for my case, I did start doing intermittent fasting. The reason I was doing it was that, and I did do the 12-hour eating and 12-hour fasting because it's the easiest, super simple to do. We get dinner done by 7 and I'm not eating next morning till 7. Super easy, right? And when I looked at my diet, I did realize that I tend to, eat late night snacks because that's the time I'm watching TV and I'm relaxed. And this is not only me, but with my clientele that I've counseled over the years. What I notice is late night snacks can be like the binge eating kind of time. And many times it's funny, but when I have my clientele do like a food diary for me, they're not even documenting that because people tend to think meals are like calories, not snacks. But I'm telling you, a huge chunk of our calories come from our snacks. So this is the reason why intermittent fasting, for example, worked for me and some of my clients. Because if you're somebody who likes to snack late at night, or then that is a reason you might want to work and do your intermittent fasting. Now, saying that, if somebody is doing intermittent fasting, but they are thinking, for example, say somebody is doing the 8 hours of eating and 16 hours of not eating. The one thing that you have to keep in mind, you still have to eat healthy, guys. If you binge eat, for example, thinking, oh, I'm doing intermittent fasting, are you going to see the results? You're not. So you have to be careful as to how you're doing it. You still have to exercise. You still have to eat your variety of fruits and vegetables. You have to get your healthy fats. You still have to get your whole grain intact carbs. Only then, you might, like I said, with everything going on, you might still, you might see the weight loss if you do it the right way. So again, you have to follow the guidelines. When you are on fasting, often people will ask me, when I'm fasting, what can I eat? So you can definitely make sure to hydrate yourself. You can have your tea, you can have coffee, just don't add any milk or sugar. So basically 0-calorie drinks are absolutely fine on, when you're fasting. But other than that, nothing with calories in it. The time that you're eating, you still are watching your diet. So you're getting all your variety, you're getting everything that, I recommend. Like I say, get your nice, nutritious meals. Only then you might see. And again, watch for, like I said, the few very important things to watch are if you have pre-existing conditions, if you have eating disorders, if you're an elderly, if you're pregnant, nursing. There are so many different people that I would not recommend it to. Like I said before, also, I do recommend it to some of my clients, and I've had great success with weight loss with doing some of that, but it's not the prolonged ones that we've really done. The maximum fasting that we've done with my clientele pool here is probably about, I'm going to say maybe 15 hours at the most. So you really need to think before you do those 16-hour long fastings because you don't know, how your body is reacting. And like I said, look for symptoms. If you are feeling like like you're getting headaches, if you're irritable, there's mood changes, you feel like your blood sugars are falling, I would not do it. So it's not a one size fits all. Like with everything else, it depends on what's working for you. If it works for you, make it a lifestyle change. Like I said, I did it. I still do it. It's like 12 hours. I eat, fairly healthy. The 12 hours, I exercise, I do my de-stressing exercises. And then, starting from like 7, after 7, I try not to eat till about 7 in the morning, and that's worked really well. So again, if you guys have more in-depth questions, like I said, I do, please private message me. I do a lot of I run some weight loss groups. I do individual consults too, and I have been very successful. I do not like to use the word weight loss so much. I like to call it weight goals, because my goal for you all, for everybody, including my family, friends, clientele, is to help people reach their health goals. That is more important, is to be healthy rather than weights. So absolutely, send me messages. I love hearing from you guys. And thank you for watching the session every Friday at noon, Michigan time. I live here in Michigan, so Eastern Zone. I believe India time is 9:30. I know I have a lot of followers from all over the world. So look at your time differences. And definitely join me for my lunch with a dietitian, and let's spread good health all over. I know we can do it. It's about including everything. It's changing our mindsets for this, and like I said, again, intermittent fasting is a lifestyle. It is not a diet, and if you want to adopt it as a lifestyle, think about the things we talked about. If you have more questions, if you need a consult, please go ahead, send me a message at Dietitian Mokshumi, and let me show you guys what I have for lunch. This is what I have today, guys, is curried oats. So basically, if you can see, and I'll post a picture in just a little bit, it's basically steel cut oats with some black beans, lots of vegetables, and some wonderful Indian spices that I've added, ginger, turmeric, anti-inflammatories in there. So it's like a nice combination of multiple different things. It's a complete meal. Enjoy your lunch, enjoy your day, have a wonderful weekend. Happy, healthy, stay happy, healthy, and I'll see you guys again next Friday at noon. Take care. Bye now.